Hey, I got something to show you. Welcome aboard, Kobe. Maybe I should. Well, now I can tell you, and then I can tell somebody else later on. Can you turn your wrist over without twisting your wrist? Okay. Watch my wrist. I'm gonna turn it over, but I'm not gonna use my wrist. All right. See that? Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me, but I can't hear you. Oh, but I can read. Hey, there's Linda. Welcome aboard. Can you hear me okay? Awesome. Thank you, Kobe. So, a little while ago, I was working on my sister's car, working on the brakes and doing better. You know, last weekend was a pain in the butt, but this weekend it's cooler and I know what I'm doing. I have the right tools. So it's going much better, much better. In fact, when I get done with the live, all I got to do is put the tire back on, tighten it down, and put the tools away. So that one's done. And then maybe next weekend I'll do the fronts. The fronts are okay for a while, but we bought both sets just because. There's Ivan. Welcome aboard. So I needed my larger screwdriver because I was just trying to get the caliper in the exact right spot to put the bolts in for the caliper. And all of a sudden there was something in front of me, and it was my sister's cat. I was kind of laying lazy on my bed in the back of the van. You know, in the back of the van is underneath the bed is where I usually keep all my tools. And wasn't expecting that. Surprised me. William, Brody, welcome aboard. Good to see you. As said, I think everybody's at the Coast Guard Festival. So Linda and William and Ivan, you missed it, but I was showing Kobe how you can, you know, turn your hand over without twisting your wrist. Anybody seen that? I'm serious. You can see. All right. There's twisting my wrist, right? Okay. Watch closely. I didn't twist my wrist. Nobody cares. Looking at the calendar, now we are into August. And August is going to get slightly busier. I mean, there's really nothing coming up until almost the end of August. Look here. I finally found it. Actually, Holly gave me this calendar. Now we got something where I can write, you know. Okay. Burning Foot. That's in Muskegon on the 23rd of August. So I'll be going to that. Then the following weekend, there's nothing. But then right after Labor Day, Yeah, the 5th, 6th, and 7th of September is the Hippie Magic in Angola, Indiana. I'm signed up for that. Then, believe it or not, the 19th, 20th, and 21st is a special event, M21. And then the following weekend after that is KY 25. That's September 26th, 27th, and 28th. So, yeah, September is going to be busy. I think I'm going to be prepared for it. I haven't made the appointment yet, but I'll be taking the bus to Greenville to get the rear tires done. I looked at the caliper a little bit and said, yep, that's going to be a job, but I think I can do it. And then the exhaust, and other than that, it's cosmetics. Paint the outside. I want to get that done, but more importantly is get the inside done where everything is in place, bolted or strapped down. And then I'm ready to fly. Diane's here. Welcome aboard. Pictured Rocks again. That's cool. Well, there's other things up to do around Pictured Rocks, Kobe. There's the Tina just did it. She'll probably be putting out a video pretty soon. There's the Shipwreck Museum. I believe that's in, I'll think of it, east of Manistee, or not Manistee, east of where we were. Not Manistee. What is it called? Not Marquette. Munising. It's east of Munising along Lake Superior. Whitefish Bay is where the museum is, the Shipwreck Museum. And I know there's other stuff. You've probably been to Tequanimon Falls. And then there's a lot to do in the Upper Peninsula. You might want to think about it before winter. Uh-oh, William, that's not good. Prayers for you, buddy. Carol Walters, welcome aboard. Log slide. Hey, now that's an idea. If you got the setting for the drone to follow you, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe that Austrian girl will be there. Oh my goodness. That's amazing, Diane. When did this happen? Was it yesterday or? Can't be important. Well, it might be. Okay. It's not, I wasn't expecting that. Why is it I can't get back to? There is some messages. Advertising. And then Campfires and Dirty Tires is live right now. So you can go over there and watch Dennis. It happens. Second favorite country. Good one, Kobe. Yeah, I would too. Oh, I got another message, but not on Messenger, or not on message, but on Messenger. Can't keep up with it. And it's from somebody I know. Ooh, wow. Wonder if I can enlarge it. Yes, I can. It's a good focus. Diane's got some work to do. There's a tree that got struck by lightning by her house. Let's see, there's another picture too. Yeah, close up. Boy, and that looks like it was a healthy tree. That wood in there is, young, ripe, if you will. If it was an older tree that has some, decay, if you will, or rot, I can see that, coming down. No, that's a green tree. Wow. Carol's got something going on. What? RHUMVE. You're welcome. Yeah. Well, that wood is still green, Kobe. You'd have to hang on to it for a year. What I would do is have Diane cut it up in nice chunks and store it in her backyard. And then a year from now, you can stop by and pick it up. Another message. Oh, no. YouTube. Hey, I found the body armor. Oh, jeez. This is the one I really like. Strawberry banana. And it's got the coconut water in it. For the life of me, I could never remember the name of it. Finally, actually, my sister did. And it was an issue finding this flavor. Not everybody has it, or if they have it, it sells out fast. Strawberry banana. It's got 790 milligrams of electrolytes. There's no artificial dyes or sweeteners in here. Everything's natural. It's got vitamin B. It's got antioxidants, vitamins A, C, and E. And my favorite is coconut water. Yep. And I think this might help me. It doesn't say it has potassium per se in it. It does have sodium, but not a huge amount, only 30 milligrams. Potassium, which is vitamin A, 35%. So that's good. Need potassium. Oh, hopefully that saves her. Oh no, Diane. Well, that's cool that the city hauled it. Hey, there's Brian. Not much is happening, Brian. I'm one step closer to getting my musical options. I'm going to have to drive the bus because I need room for my instruments. I've got my piano going. I've got the drum that you already know about, but now I have a full drum set. Only 2 hats, but that's okay. We'll call it full. Not a lot of room in the van for that stuff, though. I will be driving the school bus, which is going to be really different. I've only taken the bus on let's see, 4 trips since I owned it, and they were no longer than a week ever. And I wasn't really I did a couple days of boondocking, but for the most part, I was somewhere where I could plug into electricity and use the microwave and refrigerator and all of that. Now this year, once I leave, once I leave Kentucky, it's going to be a lot of boondocking. So it's going to be a lot of thinking ahead, using the cooler that you gave me, battery power. I've got a Generac, how many watts is that? I can't remember. I think it's 1,000 watts. Might be 12. Anyways, experimenting with that, charging it with solar, and it charges well. Obviously, it charges with a wall pack into house current or off the cigarette lighter. It's not 100% what I wanted, but it was a decent deal at the time that I needed it, and I'll be using that for work. So I have to. I may not get to Arizona until a little later. Last year I got to Arizona like January. This year I might not get to Arizona until maybe the end of January, first week of February, in time for Ironwood. That's the plan. This year, when we leave Kentucky, and which would be first week of October, be heading Tennessee, West Virginia, through there, Georgia, and then Florida. I got some people I want to see in Florida. And then I'll start going across the bottom of the United States. Bad juju?
When you hear that buzzer go off, yell at me, okay?
Okay.
It'll be an hour.
I'll be off here then.
Yeah, okay.
The car's almost done. I put the lug nuts on. I got to tighten them down and put the tools away. It went real easy because I had the right tool.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
I just did a small order for Rick. He thought we were coming over.
Oh.
And I said, well, you know how we are. We change our plans.
Yeah. Ironwood. Well, Ironwood is great, Kobe. You'd love it. We had such a great time there last year. It was a good gathering. And, there's things to do around there. If you haven't been to the petroglyphs, or you want to go up in a hang glider, I'm almost there. Not quite. But it's pretty cool. A couple people have done it. There's the tours of Steve is real great at putting on these tours, and I was going to practice and learn more, but I'll leave him in charge. I'll drive one of his Jeeps like I have been for the last 2 years.
Did Holly call you? No. I was talking to Rick, and she was beeping in 2 spam calls. I was about ready to kill.
Don't you love the spam calls? Oh, you want to hear something funny? Olaf.
Yeah. What on?
Olaf.
Where is it?
I don't know where he is right now. He's outside somewhere. But
Oh, what?
I went to get tools out of the back of the van. He was on the mattress.
Oh, how precious.
Just startled me.
I haven't looked at them cages yet. Are you sure there's a bird?
There's a
head in
bird head in one of them.
there? I'll throw this away. Okay, you don't want
No, I don't want it.
Okay.
I'm glad it's gone. Your heights, yeah. Oh, it's a 92 Wayne. It's a international, but it's a Wayne body. It's 11 window. It's like 37, well, a little longer, a little shorter than that. But from the nose to the back deck, but the back deck is an extra 4 foot. Okay. So, but from nose to the end of the rear deck is 40 feet. Second week, I believe it's going to be the second week of February this year, Kobe. Last year it was the 7th of February, but I think it's going to be closer to the middle of February this year, although I have not talked to Greg. Marshall probably knows. Are you going to go to Kentucky, Kobe? After M25? Well, Steve is kind of backing away from being one of the event hosts, but I know he'll still come in and do a couple tours. He loves doing that. But as far as being involved with the morning campfire and all the events and setting up the big tent and things like that, I don't think he's going to have anything to do with that. He's not going to be hauling wood. He's not going to be setting up a tent. He's not going to be, but I think he's still going to do tours. And if he doesn't, okay, I'll volunteer. I know a little bit. Yeah, Schoolypalooza, we went to that. There are now 2 Schoolypaloozas. I don't know if you're aware of that, Kobe, but there was a split in the higher echelons. We went to the Schoolypalooza in Ehrenberg this past year, and
Leave that alone yet.
it was okay. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting to spend more time looking at people's buses. But no, it was more time listening to music, and which is fine. The buses were way at the other end, and they almost seemed kind of standoffish, if you will. So we were more with party animals. Oh. And then there was a second Schoolypalooza in Skadden Wash. We weren't even in the area for that at the time, so didn't go. Okay, you're going to Colorado. All right. You know, Amanda is in Creed, Colorado, and that looks so pretty through there. Looks like a pretty laid back kind of place to go camping too. Well, you know, one Schoolypalooza seems rather formal. There's admission. The one I went to, there was no admission. Come as you are. It was too windy to come as I usually am. Although I managed to get away with it a couple times. Baja, yes. If I can get a passport between now and then, I'll go with you. I want to do Baja. You're still ranked second. That's right. Actually, you're making all the comments, Kobe. Nobody can get a word in edgewise. Oh! Famous Stanley Hotel. Now, I've heard of that. I don't even know, though, where it's at. And one would think it'd be kind of chilly. Although, hey, I know I've been across the bottom corner of Colorado on my way to Kansas. It's the Estes Park. I guess I don't know what that means. Kobe Ku Oki Dust Foder Bijethu lives in Colorado. Diane, you just blew me away. It's the cat helping you type. Oh, your eldest nephew. Okay. One friend has never been to Estes Park despite living in Colorado, so he wants to do that. A mini Peru. That's kind of cool. Estes Park. Now that starts to make sense now, Brian. Thank you. Are you back in the lower 48? I found a United States map on Amazon that I want to get. If I can find it again. I found it the other day, and then the phone rang. I was at work. Phone rang, and then I went back to look for it. I couldn't find it again. No, I have no idea what the Stanley Hotel is there, Kobe. Unless it's that one that it's almost like a haunted place. There's, you go down a hallway and there'll be a door at the end of the hallway, but it's not a door. Or you'll find another hallway and go in through the door and it'll be just a wall behind it. Just weird things like that. Kind of a semi-haunted, and it was owned by the Winchester family. Is that possible? Or am I mixing up my stories? Uper discount. The Shining, okay. Flying to Pennsylvania. Cross-country road trip in an RV. Wow. And the War Wagon is still in Tucson. $75 XP. Yeah. Okay. The Shining was filmed there. That's cool. I've never watched the entire movie of The Shining. Not that I was scared or anything, just never had time. Didn't really interest me that much, although, I've seen outtakes of it, and Nicholson's amazing in it. And then the little boy, Red Rum. Quartzite, all right. I don't know if I'm going to spend a lot of time in Quartzite this year. I mean, I'll stop and say hi to people. Actually, I didn't spend all that much time last year in Quartzite. A few days up at La Posa North, a couple days. And then up by Woes, a couple days. I probably spent more time at La Posa South. Maybe all total 2 weeks at the most, but not consecutively. stay a couple of days, and then be gone. And come back, stay 2-3 days, and then be gone again. Kind of back and forth. Make time. You're not going to screw the ghosts, okay? Wow. Oh, my fans are used to the dogs barking, I think. Now, Havasu, I really did like Havasu. In fact, I spent more time in Havasu than almost anywhere else. Enjoyed it very much. The Craggy Wash camping, yeah. There's some weirdos there, but you'll find them everywhere. But yeah, I enjoyed Craggy Wash. And it's just, I don't know, something about it. When you get up, when you do climbing like Tina and I did, and you get up there a ways, and then you can see Lake Havasu from up on the mountain. Or choose, pick your mountain. Or big hill. Cool. 80,000 words. That's a pretty good sized book. I just got a book that I forgot that I ordered today. That was enjoyable. It's all about off-grid type of things that you can build, like rain cats or evaporators. Then it also gets into CD radios, how to make Faraday cages to protect your stuff from an EMP. And then I haven't read the part about growing food yet, but I'll get into that. Right now, I'm just kind of interested in the mechanical things, solar panels and different stuff like that. Yes, Colby. Yeah, I do attract them, I think. Edit and format. I finally, okay, I've had Amazon Prime for a while, and I realized, well, I got Amazon Photos, and I never mess with it much. But today, I think I've got everything uploaded off my phone into Amazon Photos. Now I believe I can go into my phone, and I don't know. I'm doing it, but it's like, okay, do I want to keep that on my phone so I can show it to somebody, or just get rid of it? My idea is that I got to learn how to take the files out of Amazon and put them in a folder, and then be able to access the folder from Filmora. And then in Filmora, I can make kind of like a slideshow of what's been going on for the last 2-3 months. At least have some content, because I really haven't been making it. Why? I went to make some content the other night. I didn't have any memory on the damn phone. So that was the other reason to empty the phone. I went to use the Nikon for the same night. Holly and I and Kyle were at his parents' house, and they have a beautiful pool. And Holly went off the diving board, so I wanted that on film. I didn't get it. The Nikon was out of memory too. I didn't know that. So nobody's talking about the featured channel. Why bother, right? The thumbnail is another clue. That particular thumbnail is definitely in the desert area, as you can tell. The one from last week, I believe, was more northern California. And let's see, what else can I tell you? Full time. All right, Keely. Anytime you can quit now. What do you mean? Keely, I know there's probably people walking down the sidewalk, and that's illegal in your book, right? You want to come say hi to YouTube? Say hi. Keely. Keely. Never mind. Noise boxes. Weekend with Timmy. You know, I just now realized, Diane, where is Timmy? Kick your ass. Oh boy. Oh man, what a group. And we're missing Jim and Sonia. Rob. Like I said earlier, everybody's gone to the Coast Guard Festival, I guess. I know Kyle went. And I was invited, but I decided to stay home today. I haven't quite adjusted to my new schedule. So once I tighten down the tire and put the tools away in another hour from now and eat supper, guess what? Because now my shift is 8 to 4. I actually kind of miss getting up at 3 a.m., but maybe I'll get used to the schedule. About the time I get used to it, they'll change it again. But what I did learn is that they made some cuts. There's not as many agents out there as there were when we started 3 months ago. So I asked one of the supervisors that I actually know her. In fact, she might even be here tonight. I says, there's a few faces missing. She says, yeah, they let some people go. I'm like, whoa. And I'm still here? I'm probably just barely hanging on by the fingernails. So in some ways, I feel bad for the people that got let go. In other ways, I'm thinking, maybe I'm doing kind of okay. I'm grateful. That's number one. I'm grateful. The income is helping, and I'll just be grateful for as long as it lasts. And there is Kyle. Welcome aboard. Just talking about you. Are you out in the boat? Colby's trying to kill you, Kyle. Colby, you bring Kyle the cigarettes and his drink, his favorite drink, and he'll do it with you. Colby's trying to put words in my mouth, Kyle. You knew that, though. Up the hill, yes. You're going to fly the drone. Yeah. All right, we got a few more people in here. Kyle, can you? You're a drywaller, but you can do this. Can you turn your hand over without twisting your wrist? Without twisting your wrist, can you turn your hand over? I learned how. You didn't see my wrist twist, did you? You're out of the boat in Nuevo. Essen Brooks. Wow. Hess Lake and Brooks Lake. I've been on both of those, but many, many years ago. So I'm surprised. I thought you were going to go to the festival. Did you take your boat, or did you go steal Cody's? And is Maria with you? Hi, Maria. Ah. Whoa. Good one, Kyle. Oh my goodness. Oh. And he's in with his boat. Okay. Cool. It's actually be a beautiful night to be out on the water. It's not terribly hot. It's warm. So it'd be refreshing. I actually did work up a little bit of a sweat, getting the tire off the car and, took the brake caliper off and did that. And I was working up a sweat. Well, I thought, okay, I'll take a little break. And I did and went back out there, put the calipers back on with the new pads and got the bolts in pretty good this time. And it went easier than the other side. Didn't seem to be as rusted. And, like I say, right now it's just a matter of tightening the lug nuts, let her down off the jack, and put the tools away. And then put the car back where it belongs. I rolled it down the driveway so it was in the shade. And then my van's on the other side of that. So both of those vehicles, once I load the van up with tools, I'll move the van and then move the car back up to the house. So are you sonar fishing, Kyle, or just cruising around? Yeah, I figured by now somebody would have guessed the feature channel, but I don't think anybody's even trying. So guess what? We'll carry the feature channel over till next week. And maybe I'll come up with some creative ways to throw hints at you. Because really the hints are real generic right now. I'm thinking of now that I've got a better camera, and once I get things set up, kind of like the studio, office, music room in the bus, I might bring the green screen back, start playing with that again. Sonaring for Cars and Augustine Floyd. Oh, was Augustine Floyd a missing person? Destination X. Okay. What's it about, Kobe? It's so quiet. Not used to that. You know what, Diane, we don't have anybody to grab at tonight. What's going on with that? I hope Timmy's okay. Missing person from Mount Pleasant. Okay. How long ago were they missing? Oh, Destination X. Okay, furthest away from the real locations each time gets disqualified. Ah, interesting. Oh, Ryan's here. Okay. I will try. I got to put the car back together, and maybe there's a good chance I'll get back on. There's a 3-hour difference, so right now it's 3:47 where you are, correct? Wow. So it's like 2007. You know, she'll be a skeleton by now. Okay, it is 3:48 now where Brian is. So if you're going in 3 hours, I'll put it in on the. Did you put a thumbnail up yet? At 6, so that's 2.5 hours from now. Actually, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Where's my notepad? There it is. I should be able to make it, Brian. Vintage van life. 6 p.m. Pacific. So yeah, earlier I was mentioning that United States map, and it's got coloration. It shows all the states, and it's got coloration showing the time zones. So not only is that handy for me, because sometimes I get a little mixed up, and the store portals aren't always right. So I have to look at, they try to schedule everything for Eastern time on my end. But, you know, somebody in Texas, well, they're not on Eastern time, they're on Central time. So then I got to, you know, subtract that in my head. And then, of course, if they're in Arizona currently, or then it's 3 hours difference. So it's a matter of keeping track of what's going on. Then, of course, there's Texas, which is Mountain Standard. Yeah. What I'm going to do is get that map and make it so it's sturdy, but then the little stick-on digital clocks and set them for whatever time it is accordingly. And they do off to the side, they have Alaska time and then Hawaii time, but we don't have any Circle K's in Alaska or Hawaii. Now, here's an interesting thought. We're also doing Pepsi Cola in the big box stores. Mostly it's been Texas, but I'm thinking they're going to expand if the campaign goes successfully. Okay, he's been missing in his 95 Cadillac. No one guessed your channel, Kyle. And no, that was just a goofy thing. It's not Ringo's, or it's not Kyle's channel. Neither one of his channels. But you're still the sponsor. Spent some of your money and got this in case somebody does figure out who the channel is. Frank Cancel. My goodness. You're not behind. You're welcome anytime that you get here. So you're really never late. But long time no see. Great to see you, man. Have you been traveling? Well, Peep, one of them must be on the featured channel. Hey, it could be Frank's channel. If Timmy was here, he would have already guessed that the featured channel is you, Frank. What in the world? I'll be dang. Oh, okay. Yeah, looks like a tattoo of a whale. No, I bumped it pretty good. Came from 3 states: Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York. Wow. I've been pretty stationary here in Michigan since right after Memorial Day. Stayed out at Kyle's for a while. Did make an excursion up by Bay City for the fireworks and for a tribute band for Guns N' Roses. That was nice. And stayed there overnight. We were going to stay up in that area a little longer, but there was an unfortunate incident that happened that precluded that. Yeah, it could be Timmy. Yeah, I like upstate New York. I haven't been there since the 70s, but Letchworth State Park, I remember that very well. It was very beautiful, and I would definitely go back. You're hurting carrying the chat, okay? Yeah, I'm going to be here till I've got 2 excursions coming up, but for the most part, I'll be here. And then September is the M25, and then after that is Kentucky, and then yeah. once I leave M25, I won't be back in Michigan until probably next year sometime. Spring. New York is a grow up. Midnight. No, we can't go. We got to go to Vintage Van Life at 6 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, I agree with you, Kyle. But she did it. Oh, it's where you grew up in New York? Frank, I probably didn't, you probably don't know this, but I'm working now 40 hours a week. Right here from this chair. For the time being. I have done it from my van. I will be doing it from the bus. I am a live service agent, which is interesting work. It really is. It's for contractors through ShiftSmart. That's the company that I work for. And ShiftSmart is they're gig jobs. You know, people work at the Circle K or some of the marathon stations that are owned by GPM. Not just Marathon, but GPM is an investment company. They own a lot of different gas stations. Circle K is a pretty huge account. We're currently doing Circle K in Arizona, Nevada, Texas for sure. Oh my goodness, that's a big market. Oklahoma, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. And Mississippi. I had one in Mississippi the other day. And now we're also doing Pepsi and Frito-Lay, and that's predominantly in the Walmarts, but it's for Pepsi. And that, again, that's gig work. People that I monitor, their job is to go in and spend, a couple hours and stock the shelves out in the store, fill the coolers by the checkouts with, cold pop, whatever, Pepsi, Mountain Dew. Can't help. No, 6 p.m. Pacific would be 9 p.m. here on the eastern side. Linda's, you're leaving? Miss you. Oh my goodness, it's 4 o'clock Pacific time. So 2 hours and Brian will be on. What's green and smells like pork? Kermit's finger. I know this joke. No, I didn't realize I knew that one. Now you're making me blush. Riddle. So, what would you call an alligator who is wearing a vest? It's against the rules. All right. It is time. We've only got 5 people in here anyway. Crazy night. Frank's got it. Investigator. Yep, that's what you call an alligator who's wearing a vest. An investigator. I like that. All right. Oh, and Kobe got it too. So, other than, turning your hand without turning your wrist, unreal. Cindy's got it. She's just over here laughing at my funny stuff. I don't have a lot of funny stuff tonight. And what I do have, we're supposed to do on Tuesday nights. And that might still be coming back if they don't keep changing my hours with ShiftSmart. I had to acclimate. It took me, I'm not acclimated yet, but I was working, 4 a.m. till noon. For I don't know, over a month, maybe 2 months. Then all of a sudden it's like, nope, tomorrow you work 4 to midnight, and then the very next day, which was Thursday, it was 8 to 4. So that Wednesday night I didn't hardly get any sleep, and I can still feel it in my eyeball and in my cheeks. I need more sleep to catch up. I don't think you ever really catch up, but just to kind of get readjusted to the different hours. That's fine. You can be a little naughty. There's Papa Drew. I have big pillows. You're talking about these. Yeah, I can bounce. See? I don't even have to use a trampoline. All right. Papa Drew, you came in at the last moment. So I'm just getting ready to sign off. So that's what I'm going to do. Fair winds and smiles. And may God bless. Thank you for being aboard. We'll see you hopefully Wednesday. What did Cinderella say to Prince Charming? Want to see if it fits. It's hot. Yeah, my boobies are hot. Good night, Dan.